When it comes to taking control of your money, the right budgeting app can make all the difference. That's why I compared the best budgeting apps, YNAB, Monarch Money, and Copilot, to see which one actually makes budgeting easier, more effective, and built to last. Whenever I'm comparing tools like YNAB, Monarch, and Copilot, I never just take the company's marketing at face value. I dig into what other users' experiences with these platforms, especially the negative reviews, are like, because that's often where the real story is hiding. Any negative thing, any complaint, any real red flag, right? So take Monarch for example. One user said that he liked logging in every day and customizing his account, but he felt that the $100 yearly cost was too high for the limited features that he personally used. He only wanted cash flow, net worth tracking, and transactions. No need for budgeting or shared accounts. So he wished there was a cheaper tier. Now, I get why someone would feel that way if they're not using the full toolset and they're paying for more than what they think they should get. But honestly, in my experience, Monarch's pricing is really fair if you're like taking advantage of the actual tools and everything it offers, right? If you're not, then yeah, maybe it's not the right thing. But with a 4.9-star rating on the App Store, the vast majority of users clearly find the value worth it. One longtime user compared it to Copilot, Quick and Simplify, Empower Personal Capital, and Wallet by Budget Bakers, and Monarch was the only one he actually renewed. He called it power user friendly, and he loved how its features work together once you dig in. Another review stuck out to me, a user who had constant connectivity problems with other finance tracking tools, who said that Monarch not only fixed his connection issues, but gave clear professional communication when accounts like the E-Trade account disconnected. That kind of attention to detail and backing for all these different accounts really makes the price feel more than worth it. YNAB, on the other hand, is a bit different. I looked through the reviews there too, and one user complained that it didn't fit his style. He wanted something more like the old Intuit Mint for trend tracking, and ended up just going back to QuickBooks instead. But actually, the company replied to the review here, explaining that YNAB focuses on giving every dollar a job rather than just showing trends to you. But they still offered to help them set up reports for tracking too. That's kind of the thing with YNAB. It's not really for everyone. It's a specific tool. If you want strict hands-on budgeting and you don't mind actively managing every dollar, that's brilliant for you, right? And some people, like one reviewer from Quebec, said that it completely changed his relationship with money, describing it as life-changing. He'd never had so much money in his account before, and now promotes YNAB to their own community. Then there's Copilot. So this is where things get a little bit messy. I came across this user who found the setup frustrating, especially compared to other tools that they'd tried. He couldn't reorder tasks without workarounds, struggled with the invoicing system when billing in USD from Canada, and ran into major Stripe integration issues. Added QuickBooks sync problems, and he basically couldn't use Copilot for his needs, despite the high subscription cost. I can tell you from using all three, be it Copilot versus YNAB or Monarch Money, issues like these are basically why Monarch and YNAB stand out from all three of them. Monarch gives you a customizable, big picture view of your finances, while YNAB gives you discipline and structure. Which brings us to the features and tools offered by these platforms. This is where the choice of YNAB versus Monarch Money versus Copilot really gets interesting, because features are where you actually see the differences between a tool and another tool that actually makes it work. And something might look nice and another might actually change how you manage money. Monarch starts really strong with its guide to connecting your accounts. I learned quickly that the magic really happens when you connect everything. Banks, credit cards, loans, investments, all together so that you see your whole financial life in one place. It's like having a live financial map that updates without you lifting a finger. And behind the scenes, Monarch works with three major data providers, Plaid, Finicity, and MX. So if even one of them has trouble connecting with like a certain bank or to your platform, you can just switch. So that reliability is really a game changer when compared to tools that lock you into a single provider. Then there's saved reports. Once I built a custom spending analysis for tax prep, I didn't have to rebuild it every single time. I just clicked on it once, and then there it was, updated. Pair that with group level budgeting, where I can set a total food budget without micromanaging groceries, coffee, and restaurants like separately, and it feels like budgeting without the overwhelming part of it. Their global search tool makes digging through transactions pretty much effortless. So, say you need to find that random $87 charge from 3 months ago, just two keystrokes and I'm there. And with the cash flow view, I can instantly see income, spending, and savings rate for any time frame, monthly, quarterly, yearly. And that's not all. There's also the mobile experience. So on mobile, Monarch's investment tracking even covers crypto, and the dashboard card for top movers is really addictive there. And it has all the features that you'll need when using the mobile version as a desktop version. It's a little different, but it's pretty much full featured. And the updated navigation makes it easier to plan ahead without losing track of the day-to-day. And there's a bunch of other features too. Now, YNAB's main strength is its linked accounts and direct import feature, bringing in transactions from your bank pretty much automatically, so you don't need to do that all yourself. Plus the net worth tracking to see how your savings habits add up over time, so where you're saving money, how you might be overspending. And if you use credit cards, their credit card payment category is brilliant for avoiding debt creep. But here's the thing, YNAB focuses almost entirely on cash flow and budgeting. Monarch does that and adds net worth, investments, long-term planning, and more flexible customization. That's why, for me, Monarch edges ahead if you want more of that all-in-one view. And compared to Copilot, Monarch and YNAB are just in another league. Copilot leans on AI to categorize and display your spending, but it's mostly reactive. It tells you what happened, not really how to plan what happens next or thinking like you think. Like, if you want control, that kind of thing is not enough. Now, no platform is perfect, right? But the only downside for me in this Monarch versus Copilot versus YNAB is that Monarch might feel like overkill, like if you only want really simple budgeting, like you might not even use half of its features. But honestly, I'd just rather have more tools than not enough. YNAB's biggest hurdle is probably its learning curve. If you're not ready to actively manage every dollar, it can feel like a chore. But if you are ready, it works exactly as promised. Copilot's downsides, well, I think we've covered them. For serious financial planning, I think it's just too limited. In the YNAB versus Monarch versus Copilot debate, pricing can sway people, but it shouldn't be the only factor either. Monarch is reasonably priced for the breadth of features that you get, especially if you're tracking more than just a budget. YNAB might feel a little high for casual users, but if it changes your habits, it pays for itself quickly. Copilot's cost is harder to justify given its limitations. Check the links in the description for more up-to-date pricing and any available promos and discounts. We'll keep it updated so you can get the best deal. So here's my verdict after comparing Monarch Money, YNAB, and Copilot. If you want a complete financial hub that does budgeting, planning, and tracking in one place, I'd choose Monarch. If you want disciplined, hands-on budgeting, YNAB is fantastic. Check the link in the description to get started with our special discount.